And then also, because tomorrow Mr. Christensen's room is going to be sitting here, I think today we should practice sitting on this side. Do you know what I mean? Just so that it looks, so it looks like the real deal.
Teacher Marcelino Quinones shares his love of theater with students at the Arizona School for the Arts. Back when he was in high school, a brief conversation with a counselor changed this Phoenix man's life forever.
I walked into my counselor's office, Mr. Paul Figueroa, at South Mountain High School, and he said, "Have you heard of St. Vincent de Paul?" And I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "Well, look at this scholarship application, fill it out, and then submit it back to me."
Marcelino applied for and earned a one-at-a-time scholarship provided by the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Phoenix.
I became the first person in my family to graduate in 2007. The year later, 2008, my sister also earned her bachelor's, also through St. Vincent de Paul's help. 3 years later, my brother Braulio earned his college degree, also through St. Vincent de Paul's help.
This kind of educational success isn't something Marcelino and his siblings grew up understanding could even become possible.
My father has a 4th grade education and my mother has a 6th grade education. During the weekends, I would go with my mom to clean houses. And one day while driving to a house, we stopped at a red light and she said, "Marce, where are you going to college?" And it was the first time that I heard of the word college outside of school. So that kind of set the groundwork for me. I knew that college was going to be in my future. But again, having parents who only completed elementary school, the path was very difficult for me to forge or to even plan out.
These kids are coming from homes where, first of all, they have anywhere from a 3 to 6 or 8 year education for the parents. They have no role models. They have nobody in the area that they've ever gone to college. And so they have no idea what middle-class people do, how they live.
Vincentians look to help people in need help themselves whenever possible. In 2001, Vincentian Terry Wilson set out to transform lives like Marcelino's by helping the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Phoenix establish its one-at-a-time scholarship program.
It's a lottery or education, and education is a lot surer way to do it.
Vincentians work closely with high school counselors across Phoenix to recruit students who may not receive any other type of financial help.
The difference is the counselors find the right student, and we make sure they do. We don't take the students to the top because they get all kinds of assistance. So we go there and we critique them every year of what we're looking for. We want the student that can make it with us, but can't go without us, and also has enough ability to actually get the education.
While other organizations offer college scholarships, what sets the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Phoenix apart is the person-to-person contact, where Vincentians serve as mentors.
The primary job is really to be the advocate for our mentee, to understand where they're coming from, try to anticipate some of the problems that they may have over the course of the next semester, the next year, and even the course of their program, however long they're going to be studying.
Vincentian Chris Webb, an educator, lives his Catholic faith by serving as a one-at-a-time mentor.
Try to advise them on what some of the situations are going to be and try to give them some advice on how to handle those situations. So those situations could be anywhere from classroom sorts of situations, trying to schedule classes and understand how that's going to fit in overall their program, to things like money, advice on how to get to work, how to balance work and school and life outside of school, just anything that they need to do. We're primarily there just to be a source of information and guidance for them.
I was fortunate enough to be part of the one-at-a-time program where they have mentors, and through that I was able to find the confidence to keep going with my studies.
For Crystal Alvarado, a high school diploma would have been considered a success in her family. Now she balances working while taking classes at Arizona State University. Support from a mentor is critical to her success.
My mentor, Miss Anna Parker, she has always been very supportive. I can text her and she'll text me right back if I'm having trouble with a class. She has daughters that have gone through college, and recently one of her daughters just graduated. So she knows what it's like to have somebody in the family going to college, and she knows that sometimes it could get hard. And instead of making me feel bad, like I need to be doing something to make the situation better. She is always being supportive. She understands that there's a lot of stress involved, especially if you are working part-time like I am, like I have been for the last 4 years. So she's always tried to figure different ways to help me.
The mentors are key to this because these kids don't have the idea of what you do in school. They've never even thought about going, and I think you heard that from Marcelino. He wasn't even sure he could go.
Being accepted to the scholarship, the One at a Time scholarship, gave me a path to follow because I was paired with a mentor. I was given financial assistance, but I was given emotional support. And so throughout my undergrad career, the scholarship really gave me someone to lean on and someone to ask for help. That's what ultimately resulted in me graduating and becoming the first person in my entire family, immediate and extended, to earn a college degree.
Often, the mentor proves to be a valuable sounding board simply by being a good listener.
I like having the mentor there to say, how's it going? Like, how's your class? Which one do you like best? Something to be able to relate to somebody in a way, because in college it's different. Everybody's there by themselves, you know, focusing on a goal that they have, whether it's a 4-year degree, master's degree, whatever it is. Everybody's there and we share a common goal, but we don't really interact as a community. And here at One at a Time, we are a community, and I feel free to text Ms. Parker whenever I feel like I'm struggling. There's multiple times that we've met and talked about our options as far as going to study sessions, why I feel like I want to go and why I don't want to go. And so working through a problem with her, like, it's always made it easier for me to be able to look beyond the problem itself.
Chris says he grows in his spirituality through his role as a mentor.
Oh, I love dealing with my mentee. It gives me great satisfaction. It's wonderful seeing him grow, and it makes me feel and understand how God has blessed me so much in my life and with the gifts He's given me. And it makes me proud to be able to look at this and say, Lord, thank you for these gifts, and I'd like to give these gifts back to everyone I meet. You've given me these gifts so that I can share them with others, and I'm very grateful for those gifts. And it makes me a little bit humble in that I realize God's immensity in my life. And I can only do a little bit, but I understand that if I allow God to work through me, I can have a much greater role in this world.
One at a Time scholarship recipients are grateful for the role the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Phoenix has played in their lives.
I'm very, very blessed to have them in my life. Very blessed, because like I said, I don't think I'd be here do the same exact, you know, where I'm at in my life now. I don't think I'd be here without them being there to support me all the way through. So I'm very thankful for them. I'm always going to be thankful for what they have done to help me and get to this point where I'm at in my life right now.
Soon after I was given the scholarship, I wrote Terry Wilson a letter, and I thanked him for having taken the initiative to start the scholarship. And I completed the letter with the following. I said, at the time, Mr. Wilson, someday, some way, I will repay the generosity that has been given to me today. A few years later, I can say I'm on my way.
In ways Marcelino couldn't have imagined.
I was driving down a street after I received the phone call, and I thought to myself, 15 years ago, I was thinking of St. Vincent de Paul and making sure that I fulfilled the scholarship application and making sure that I was prepared for my interview because I needed their assistance. I just got off the phone with St. Vincent de Paul, and now they're asking me to head the same scholarship that has provided me countless opportunities. I had to catch my breath, and I had to think of how blessed I've been to lead this life. So I was honored and at the same time humbled, right? Because I've seen what the scholarship can do for me. And so now to be given the opportunity to try to create those sorts of opportunities for others, it's incredible. And not only create those opportunities for others, but also to show an example of what can be done when we opened our hearts, when we open our generosity, and when we decide to give back.
To provide opportunity for one Marcelino, one Crystal at a time. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Paul Boran.